All right, to solve this equation, the first thing we need to do is simplify each side of the equation. I'm going to start first on the left side of the equation. First, I'm going to distribute the 14. So I'm going to multiply 14 by each term that is inside this parentheses. So we're going to have 14x minus 56. Then the next thing I'm going to distribute is this negative. Now, usually students get confused how to distribute this negative. So one easy way of doing this is writing a -1 in front, a 1 right in front of the parenthesis. Between the parentheses is the minus, and what you're going to do is you're going to distribute the -1 to each term inside of the second parenthesis. So you're going to have minus x minus 2. So we simplify the left side of this equation. Now we're going to simplify the right side of this equation, and we're going to use FOIL. In other words, I'm going to multiply this x by each term of the second parenthesis. So we're going to have x squared minus 4x. Now I'm going to take the 2, the term 2, positive 2, and I'm going to multiply or distribute by each term of the second parenthesis. So I'm going to have 2x minus 8. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify each side of the equation also. For example, I can combine like terms here. I can combine 14x minus x. That's going to give me 13x. And I can combine minus 56 with minus 2. That will give me minus 58. Equal, that was on the left side. Now let's simplify on the right side of the equation. I can combine these two terms because they are alike. So I'm going to have x squared, and then minus 4x plus 2x is going to be minus 2x. Going to be minus 2x minus 8. The next thing is, I notice this equation is going to be a quadratic equation. How do I know? Because the degree of the highest term, the degree of the term with the highest degree, as you have said, is this one, x squared. So that's telling me it's going to be a quadratic equation. So I want this equation to be equal to 0. So I want 0 on the left side of this equation. So I need to take all these terms, 13x and 58, and move it to the right side of the equation. And how I'm going to do that? Well, I'm going to undo adding 13, so that will be subtracting 13. And I'm going to undo minus 58, that will be plus 58. And whatever I did on the left side of the equal sign, I need to do it on the right side of the equal sign. Okay, now everything here on the left side will cancels out. Okay, so the minus 58 will cancel out with a plus 58, and the 13x will cancel out with the negative 13x. So I'm going to get 0 on the left side. Now let's simplify on the right side of the equation. So I have x squared, and then minus 2x can be combined with minus 13x. That will be minus 15x. And then minus 8 plus 58, that's going to be positive 50. The next thing I notice that this is a trinomial I can factor. In other words, this equation, this quadratic equation, I can solve it by factoring. So let's do that. We're going to factor x squared minus 15x plus 50. So how can I make x squared? Well, multiplying x times x. Then I'm going to go here 50. I'm going to think of two numbers that when you multiply, the answer will be 50. And when I add the factors, is going to give me 15 negative. So immediately I notice that this is going to be minus 5 minus 10. See, if I multiply minus 5 times negative 10, I get the positive 50. And if I combine negative 5 plus negative 10, I get the negative 15x. Okay, then the last thing is I'm going to solve each equation. I'm going to set up each factor equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve each equation for x. And I'm going to get that x is equal to 5, or x is going to be equal to 10. And that's how you solve this equation. I hope this helps.